folks, it happened. The Liberals have won yet another Canadian election. After transforming the country into a completely unrecognizable shell of its former self in under 10 years, Canadians have just one message for their government. Hit me harder, Daddy.
And put some stank on it!
This win was of course made possible by our nearest and dearest, the beloved liberal boomers. The generation who listens to global news all day as background noise like it's f***ing Pavarotti. According to a recent survey, the difference in values between young and old has never been more striking, with the majority of young Canadians voting for a lower cost of living and the majority of older Canadians voting against the president of a foreign country.
Whether you love me or hate me, you gotta vote for me.
To really put their priorities in perspective, the issues boomers cared about the least when voting in this election were making housing more affordable and making Canada a better place to live.
This is why boomers are traveling all over the country, is to go to where their children have been forced to live and laugh at them. This is what boomers like to do. They go, that you pay this for that? That's the whole point.
You know, I'm really starting to think we may have locked up our elderly to protect them from the wrong plague. Because at the height of COVID, boomers screamed at us to shut down our businesses for the noble cause of protecting them from runny noses. But now, suddenly, their only concern is the effect Donald Trump's tariffs will have on our businesses. A stunning display of hypocrisy that shouldn't surprise anyone, as the boomer special is ramming the ship right into the iceberg and then trying to save it once it's halfway down to the bottom of the ocean.
Smell ice, can ya? Bleeding.
And while we wait for the impact of rock bottom, the Liberal government has offered us some entertainment for the trip. Starting with a brand new report on Canadian inequity, a self-induced problem that they propose we fix with a brand new tax. That's right, here in Canada, the powers that continue to be have paid a group called Generation Squeeze to study how the government could tap into our inheritance. Here's an excerpt from their website. Some older Canadians may use additional wealth to support their kids' or grandkids' dreams of home ownership by contributing to down payments or mortgages. While individually warm and fuzzy, such admirable acts of intergenerational solidarity do nothing to challenge systemic inequity at the heart of the housing crisis. In other words, generational wealth is racist, and as a final slight to their rotten children, the boomers just voted to redistribute their wealth to the millions of newcomers entering the country. Newcomers who receive upwards of $80K a year in our tax dollars for the hard work of beating us bloody in the streets and ramming their cars into crowds of our people. But who cares? Why do any of us even need homes at this point anyway? We don't have jobs, birth rates have reached an all-time low, and all of our marriages are failing because none of us have been able to find a partner who can us quite as well as our parents do. Boomers are the Rose Dawsons of our era, blessed with the wealth and prosperity passed down to them from their hard-working ancestors, only to squander it for a homeless guy who says all the right things, but turns out to be just another climate grifter. Wow. What an old bitch. I guess when a generation's greatest hardship was walking to and from school in 5 feet of snow, the weather becomes their greatest enemy. And the weather is exactly what the newly elected Prime Minister vows to take on during his term. The UN Special Envoy for Climate Action has promised to attain a net zero economy.
We can't meet our ultimate objectives, which is to get to net zero emissions. We can't get there unless we do not just have a cap on emissions, but those emissions are brought effectively to zero.
Which he will accomplish by banning gas vehicles by the year 2035, implementing new carbon taxes, and plunging Canada further into the depths of hell.
Oh look, these bananas. Beautiful bright yellow bananas. They were grown in a country that does not have a carbon tax. But lucky for us, under Prime Minister Mark Carney, we are soon going to be paying a brand new carbon tariff.
According to another Liberal government report found on the Government of Canada website, in 2040, upward social mobility is almost unheard of in Canada. Hardly anyone will believe they can build a better life for themselves or their children through their own efforts. A future I imagine the boomers voted for because their mantra is and always has been, not my problem, I'll be dead by then. I just hope housing prices are cheaper in hell. Alright guys, that's it for me today. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some other videos from my channel. Also, this channel has been completely demonetized by YouTube, so if you'd like to show me some support, please consider subscribing to my locals. I post a post show after every YouTube video, typically on Fridays. Alright, I love you so much. Goodbye. Climate change is real and it's happening right now, Rose. The icebergs are melting, Rose. I still love that movie though.